I walked to the school gate, trying to stay calm. Some of my friends were already staring from afar. Some were smiling sarcastically. It felt strange. I wanted to rush in, but also felt afraid to face them. In the hallway, someone nudged me, laughing. I held back, focusing solely on walking to class. My head was filled with a small question. Why are they being like this to me today? I sat in the back corner of the classroom. The atmosphere was normal, but I felt isolated. Some of my friends were laughing at small things and I tried to ignore them. But my heart still felt shaky. I wanted to speak, but my voice felt choked. Frustration rose. I wanted to defend myself, but I was afraid. The feeling was a mix of tiredness, annoyance, and a little sadness. I stared at the desk in front of me, my mind starting to formulate a question. If the world can't accept me, should I change? I felt curious, but also afraid of that possibility.
After school, I stopped in front of the second-hand clothing store window. The rain was still drizzling, and the streets were wet from my friends' raincoats and umbrellas. I stared at my reflection in the glass, tired eyes, weary face, my posture slightly hunched, hands at my sides, a feeling of sadness mixed with curiosity. Behind the glass, I saw a female mannequin, wearing the same school uniform as mine, her body upright, grey pleated skirt knit, white shirt clean. A strange calm radiated from the mannequin. I froze, hands still at my sides, stepping a little closer to the class. My mind began to question myself. I entered the quiet store. The scent of dust and old fabric filled the air. Wooden racks full of second-hand clothes, wooden floor creaking under my steps. I touched a grey skirt hanging on a hanger, soft and cold. A mix of nervousness and curiosity stirred in my chest. I felt something different within me as I touched the fabric. Carefully, I unfolded the fabric, feeling its texture. Body slightly bent, shoulders adjusting posture. Right hand holding the fabric, left hand touching the side of the skirt. I realized a mixture of awe and fear, as if the cloth connected me with a side of myself that had always been hidden. I closed my eyes for a moment, feeling the coldness of the fabric at my fingertips. A strange calmness filled me, as if the entire burden I had been carrying was beginning to take shape. Hair fell over part of my face, body adjusting to a slightly slouched sitting posture, hands still touching the fabric, expression showing reflection and a desire for change. At night in my room, dim light illuminated the corners. I sat on the floor, legs crossed, gaze fixed on a small plastic bag from the clothing store. The grey skirt I had bought earlier looked neat inside, body slightly hunched. A feeling of curiosity mixed with caution. Photo 2. I stood up slowly, unfolding the fabric with trembling hands. The cold and soft sensation of the cloth touched my waist. Body adjusting posture, shoulders slightly tense. Facial expression showing awe and a little fear. Planted on the wooden floor of the room, breathing slow but tense. I held the skirt at my waist, staring at my reflection in the small mirror by the side of the hair falling over my shoulders. Hands adjusting the fabric at my body slightly bent. Facial expression showing awe and curiosity. Eyes focused on the reflection that was beginning to feel different. A strange sensation spread from my skin as the fabric touched my waist. Body slowly adjusting, relaxed. Hands touching my cheeks and hair. Breathing heavy but calm. Eyes fixed on the mirror. Face still the same, but something was different. There was a new life emerging. I sat back on the floor, hands still holding the fabric, staring at my reflection in the mirror. Long hair falling over my shoulders. Expression a mix of awe, curiosity, and relief. Body adjusting posture planted on the floor. Shoulders relaxed. A strange perhaps for the first time, I was starting to be honest with myself. I closed my eyes, trying to fully feel myself. Breathing heavy, my body began to feel different. Shoulders gradually narrowing, waist adjusting. Short black hair felt heavier, falling slowly over my shoulders. The whisper of my heart sounded softer. Facial expression reflected a mix of awe and curiosity. I opened my eyes, staring at my reflection in the mirror. My face and body were starting to change. Cheeks smoother, eyes larger, lips softer, posture lighter. Hands touched my cheeks, hair, and waist. The grey pleated skirt fit perfectly at my waist, falling softly over my legs. Body felt lighter, movements more fluid. Photo 4. Step by step, I tried to adjust to myself, twisting my body, moving my hands, observing myself in the mirror from different angles. Expression a mix of curiosity, awe, and relief. Body coordinating movements, feet planted steadily, shoulders relaxed. A feeling of self-acceptance began to emerge. Finally, I gave a small smile, feeling for the first time, this is me, my new version. The room light reflected on the floor and furniture. Long hair draped over my shoulders, pleated skirt and white shirt fit perfectly. Body movements smooth. Breathing calm, expression of confidence gradually appearing. That night, I learned to fully accept my new body.